What's up, everybody? All the sports investors out there. Famed Rothstein Sports Investing Show. I'm your beloved host, Famed Rothstein, a.k.a. Michael Snackson, a.k.a. Bay O Wolf, a.k.a. Malcolm Excellence, a.k.a. Hacksaw Jim Thuggin. Today's Sunday, March 8th, 2020. Tomorrow, as many of you all will know, is the anniversary, 23rd anniversary of the murder of the notorious B.I.G. Let's do a quick moment of silence for our good brother. One of the greatest rappers, if not the greatest rapper of all time. And, we're going to spend today here. It's about 11:45. It'll be about noon, high noon Eastern time, by the time this video uploads onto YouTube. And what I'm going to do is help you get to the bag through sports investing and sports wagering, as I always do about this time. But before I continue, I just want to remind you that if you feel you have a gambling problem, please do not listen to the show. Do not watch any longer. Please contact your state or your local Gamblers Anonymous Association hotline, and hopefully they can get you the services you feel you need. Because on this show, we discuss sports investing through sports wagering, and we don't want to be any triggers to any negative behaviors for you. So please contact your state or your local Gamblers Help Agency, and hopefully they can get you on the path of the straight and narrow. But those of you who remain, you will become profitable sports investors, as you were yesterday. I gave you 2 picks, but only one was played. I mistakenly had the wrong date for the XFL game. That game will be on this show today as well. But I gave you the hockey game, Edmonton Oilers at home, I believe against the Vancouver Canucks. And we said take Edmonton on the money line. They were like minus 139. Not too much off the normal odds of minus 110. Edmonton won 4-0, or 4-1 rather. So that game hit for us, okay? And we got 3 today, but really 4 because one was from yesterday, okay? Speaking of the one from yesterday, 3 of these games are in the 3 o'clock hour, okay? So you got about 3 hours to get it in, and one is at 7 at night. 3 o'clock hour, 3 o'clock kickoff, XFL, you've got the St. Louis Battlehawks against the DC Defenders. St. Louis has got the number 1 rushing game in the XFL. The quarterback, Tamu, he played for Mississippi, played college ball at Mississippi, and their running back Wilson, he played college ball at Florida. They're going against the DC Defenders, taking that running game. You know, the running game, football is football, college, high school, pro, NFL. The run game travels. XFL, 2 things always travel: run game and defense. Okay, XFL, no different. The Warhawks taking their run game out to DC to take on Cardell Jones of the Ohio State product. Remember, he was the quarterback of the first CFP championship team, Ohio State. What was that, 2015, I believe? He's the number 5 passer in the league. So, expecting a lot of offense, I'm not. Okay? St. Louis is going to slow it down a bit and execute their run game. We're going to take that game to go under 38.5, okay? Under 38.5 for XFL's St. Louis Warhawks against the DC Defenders. Now, 3:40 start. NBA tip-off, 3:40. MVP implications in this game, right? You got old GOAT James, as Shannon Sharp calls him, old GOAT James, LeBron and them, and the Lakers going to the Clippers to take on Kawhi and them. Now, if you remember, if you were listening to the podcast earlier this week, Paul George kept us from having a perfect night. We took him to have over 20.5 points. He had 13 is what he finished with. I bet today he scores 20.5, but we're not going to take that. We're taking LeBron on the prop bet. Normal odds minus 110 that he'll score over 25.5. And here's why. He's pushing for the MVP. You know, there was that report out that LeBron's afraid of Kyrie Leonard, and Kyrie Leonard called him out, but nobody really did. I never really heard a strong denial of that, okay? So LeBron's going to take that to heart. And the Lakers, for him to win MVP, he's got to knock off the Clippers at least once, if not twice, go 2-2 against them. So we're going to take LeBron to get over 25.5 points. That's 340 tip-off. Also, in that hour, I believe it's 340 as well, the New Orleans Pelicans are at the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota's tanking. They've already traded off Wiggins. Wiggins is not Wiggins. They've already traded out Wiggins. Karl Anthony Towns is suspect to play, day to day, whenever. And the Pelicans are in the midst of a playoff drive. Now, they got what's his name? Big boy. Zion to go over 24.5. I'm not ready to take him for that many points yet, even though he's clearly dominating the league and it's going to be Rookie of the Year. But I'm going to take Lonzo to go over 13.5 points for this game. Lonzo Ball of the Pelicans to go over 13.5 points. All right. And the last game, well, we originally on the podcast, and right before we finished it, this game was taken off the board. Celtics hosting the Thunder came off the board for some reason. So we went ahead and went with Miami at Washington. Same minus 110 odds as the other picks. All four of these picks are minus 110. Our man, Bam Adebayo, to go over 17.5 points for the game. Last time we took Bam Adebayo, he had 16.5 was his prop bet, and he stopped at 16. He had 10.5. Man, that one hurt. I think that kept us from going perfect that night as well. Water. Nature's what do you call that? Nature's laxative. Okay. But listen, Bam Adebayo over 17.5. All right. So there's our four for the day. Let's recap. All right. 3:00 kickoff, XFL, St. Louis at DC. St. Louis Battlehawks at the DC Defenders. We're going to take that game to go under 38.5 points. Okay. NBA, 3:40 tip-off. Lakers at Clippers, same building. Lakers at Clippers. Can you believe the Lakers actually get meal money for being on the road? Technically the road team, whatever they play, Lakers or Clippers. Whoever the road team, they get that per diem for being on the road. Weird. But anyway, we're going to take LeBron James to go over 25.5 points for the game, okay? Same time, 3:40. Pelicans at Minnesota. We're taking Lonzo Ball to go over 13.5 points for the game. Okay? And 7:10 tip-off tonight. Miami at Washington. We're going to take Bam Adebayo to go over 17.5 points for the game. All right? So there you have it. Got plenty of time. Get online, get in line, and get to the bag. And you know the show's motto. If there's games to be played, there's money to be made. We'll be back tomorrow night with more action for you. Tomorrow afternoon with more action. Okay? Just won't be on YouTube. We'll be back on YouTube on Wednesday with the Rothstein rant and one pick. The Rothstein rant hit this week. It was the Montes Sabonis to go under 36.5 combined points, rebounds, and assists. He only finished with 32 combined. Okay? So, but don't forget, check out the podcast. You can hear it on Spotify, Anchor, Apple, Google, Breaker, Stitcher, TuneIn, pretty much anywhere you can get a free podcast on the internet, you'll find it. It's Fame Rothstein. And if we're not already hooked up on social media, let's do that. My Twitter is at Fame Rothstein, FameRothstein. Instagram at Fame_Rothstein, FAME_ROTHSTEIN. My email is famerothstein@yahoo.com, FAMEROTHSTEIN@yahoo.com. And you know this show, all right? So before you go, make sure you like and subscribe, okay? Like and subscribe right now. Right now. Do it right now. If you want to, leave a comment and sign up for notifications, all right? And we'll be back on here on Wednesday. We'll be back on the podcast tomorrow night. But until then, everybody stay safe. It's a beautiful day here in the Republic of Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm about to go enjoy me some fresh air before these 3 o'clock games start. Stay safe. Get your action in. Be kind and courteous to each other. Send some positive energy to our troops, and we'll be back tomorrow to talk about it on the podcast. But until then, peace.